everybody. How are you doing? Alright, so today I have headphones in. I don't know if you saw my live last week, but the audio was like completely. I couldn't believe it. My sister got off the phone, I got off the live, my sister was like, wow, like the audio is so bad, you need to use a microphone or headphones. And I was like, what do you mean? It's usually like fine. And it was terrible. I think it's because, I don't know, those of you who have iPhones, like, I don't know if it's the new phone or a new update or whatever, but, like, sometimes when I have, like, I sleep with a sound machine, so sometimes when I have my sound machine on and a notification comes through, like, the volume turns off, and then I can't hear any notifications, and I'm like, what is going on? And so I, like, have to, like, turn it back up. So last week, when I did my live, I got a phone call right at the beginning, and then it, like, messed the audio up. But of course, when you're on this end, all I hear is myself talking, so I have no idea what it sounds like on your end. So if I am clear, drop me a thumbs up. Let me know, like, yes, it's clear. I don't know, give me an emoji that says, yes, it's clear. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me this time because that audio. So, and like I said before, like, I take my Facebook lives and I turn them into YouTube and podcasts, and I'm just, like, trying to figure out how to, like, remove background noise. I'm not very good at that. I tried. It is what it is. I don't know what to say about it. Anyways, my name is Lindsey, and I am with Perfectly Pastry. Who is Perfectly Pastry? We are a local bakery in the St. Louis area. We are located at 3301 Merrimack Street. We also do wholesale baking in that area. So if you're a coffee shop or a restaurant and you're looking for some wholesale on handcrafted, like for breakfast pastries or for desserts, hit us up, let us know. We can talk to you and let you know what we offer. We do offer quite a bit in our wholesale business. How are you guys doing today? If you are watching me live, drop a heart, let me know you're watching me live. If you're watching me on replay, use hashtag replay. And then if this is the first time you've ever watched me, drop me a number 1. Let me know that this is the first time you have watched me. Alright, so today was the day that my preschooler started preschool. My youngest started preschool today. I was like, she started at 11:45 my time, and so I was really anxious. I was okay all morning because my other kids went back to school too, and then like as it was getting closer to time to leave, I'd be like, my stomach would be all nut and butterflies. Like I think I was more nervous than she was, so like I had butterflies in my stomach, and I was just like so anxious. And then of course I leave early because that is my dad's trait. My dad, like, you're not early unless you're 2 hours early. So I showed up pretty early at school because it is at a different school. It's through the school district, but it's at a different school than what my 2 girls have gone to for elementary school. So I had to go to a different elementary school. So I had no idea what a parent drop-off was. So I went there early, way too early. I sat in the parking lot, and Sloan, my youngest, was like, is it time? Is it time? Is it time? Can we go? Is it time? Is it time? And I'm like, no. And I, like, feel myself starting to get, like, teary-eyed, and I'm, like, trying to calm down. And then she says to me, she's like, I'm so nervous. And I was like, oh, I cannot cry. If I cry, she's going to be scared. I can't have that happening. So, I kept it together, and then I, like, waved bye, and then I was like, oh, like, trying not to cry. I don't know why. I didn't cry sending my other 2 off to school. It just, like, even when they went to preschool, it just has to be the fact that she's my youngest. That's what I think. So I'm all I feel today. I'm like, so I can't wait, though, to hear about all of it when she gets home. So, yeah, there's a little bit about what's going on my day. Just so you guys know, this week we are going to have German chocolate cupcakes with a little alcohol in them. Wow. For this weekend, along with our lemon drop cupcake, which also has, it's enhanced with some alcohol. If you guys are interested, stop by the shop this weekend and pick those up. The Cheeto, I know that was so obnoxious. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here's why I'm laughing my hiney off. Okay, so my mom and my sister keep blending the word keto cheesecake, and they keep saying Cheeto. And I was like, haha, guys, I never mess that up. And they're like, you're going to mess that up in your life. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And literally, I just said Cheeto. That's not what it is. So our keto cheesecake has gone over really, really well. Thank you guys for stopping by. And my mom makes me laugh because last week, she was like, I took home a piece. I'm like, what? She's like, first of all, she's gonna yell at me because she's like, you need to stop doing this. Anyways, I was like, she's like, I took home a piece. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I couldn't help it. I love the cheesecake so much. I took home a piece. And I was like, Mom, you have to stop eating the product. Like, that doesn't do us any good if you're eating our product. And she was like, stop telling people that I'm doing that on Facebook. She's like, I don't want them to know that I'm sneaking my cheesecake because it's so delicious. And I'm like, I can't help it. It's just too relatable. She was like, yeah, it's that good. So she's going to yell at me when I get off the phone because she was straight up like, you need to stop. And I'm like, but Mom, we all get it. Like, I love brownies that much. Like, I hide them from my kids. So, we all have a vice, and hers is cheesecake, which is so hilarious because she hates cheesecake. It's so funny. Anyway, so get your keto cheesecake. It's going to be available in the store also this weekend. I just want to let you know, it goes really, really fast. It is a big process for us to make it. So we make one a week, one sheet, I think it's a half sheet a week. And then when those slices are gone, that's it. We're not making any more for the week. So if you want a piece, you're either going to have to come by the store early and pick it up, or go ahead and email us, call us, get a hold of us on social media, and that way you can reserve your piece, okay? Because, we don't just sit there cranking that out all week long, just so you guys know if you're interested. All right. By the way, thank you guys, all of you, so much. It is amazing to see, again, all the support that we get from you guys. And we had our highest retail day last week. One of our days last week was the highest day that we had in sales. And so I just want to say, yay! Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. It was amazing. We were all for ride, and we were so excited. So thank you guys. We had a goal in mind, and you guys helped us hit that goal, and it was absolutely amazing. Just so you guys know, we were celebrating all day about it. Actually, we've been celebrating all weekend about it. So thank you guys. So that's just a little bit I thought I'd talk about the store and the business this week. Instead, I thought that I would tell you a little bit about me and how I got started in the business. It's so funny because, yes, I'm old. I have corded headphones. My niece is like, girl, you are so old. You need to get wireless. But I haven't broken down and bought wireless. So it is what it is. I got wires. So if I knock them out of my ears, please forgive me because I am a hand talker. Okay. So we all know, how my mom got started. How she just was like, I'm done with the accounting world. Went back to school. Became a pastry chef, and here we are, right? Obviously, that's not exactly how it happened because we're a business and we have to have some kind of business knowledge. And so I thought I would tell you guys what I did while my mom went to school to be a pastry chef. So it started out with, I decided that sometimes I get wild harebrained ideas, okay? So I'm just going to start with that. So I got this great idea that I was going to buy a business. Somebody told me you could buy businesses, and I was just mind blown. I'm like, I'm going to buy a new business. And my husband's like, he's like, no, okay. And then, I started looking into buying businesses. I couldn't believe, there's this whole exchange of, you could just buy businesses. So hopefully that's not really loud. I have no idea. Anyways, so there's this whole thing where you can, buy businesses. Who would have thought, right? So, I started looking out there, and my mom's starting to talk about what she wanted to do when she was after school, and she was done with school, and she was like, I'd really like to own a bakery one day. And I was like, oh, well, let's start a bakery. And, I wanted to buy a business. Why don't we just start a bakery? So I go to my husband, and I'm like, I'm going to start a bakery with my mom. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, but I am. And he's like, no, you're not. You have no business experience whatsoever. You're not starting a bakery. I was like, okay, but I am. So one thing about me is I'm pretty stubborn. And I would like to call it determined. My husband calls it stubborn. I call it determined. And so I tend not to do well when people are like, oh, no, you can't do that. I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm going to. So that's just a thing. That's just who I am. And so when my husband's like, no, you can't do that. You don't have any experience. I was like, well, then I guess I'm just going to make the experience, right? Because he's right. I first of all, there are several all of you who have come to my mom and been like, we love your marketing, we love your daughter, she does amazing, she must be the most outgoing person, she must have a degree in marketing, like, she's just so great on her lives, blah, blah, blah. A few things. One, I am not outgoing at all. I am completely opposite of that. I'm a homebody, antisocial, I don't have a whole lot of friends, like, it takes me a lot to get me to go out. But if you know me and I'm comfortable around you, I am a lot of fun to be around. I'm really super goofy. I'm really out there sometimes. And people are like, oh, where did that come from? I'm like, yeah, that's kind of weird, sorry. It's just who I am. But you don't get to see that side of me unless you, like, really get to know me, which is kind of odd because I don't know any of you guys. Well, I don't know most of you guys on the other side of this camera, right? But there's a story on how I ended up getting there. Okay, so I have no marketing background. My husband has a marketing background, and so I can bounce ideas off of him, but other than that, I don't have a lot of marketing experience. I don't have a lot of business experience. I'm taking this one out. I feel very ugly. So I don't have a lot of business experience, and my husband was right. He was like, you can't really start a business. You don't have any experience. And I was like, I'm going to make some experience. So I have no sales experience. I hate selling things. I hate it with passion. Like, it was just not my thing. So I was like, what can I do from home with my kid that allows me to understand how to do a business that teaches me how to sell things, right? And so I was like, I'm going into direct sales. Yep, that's what I decided. So I started a blog because I wanted to learn, and you can make money with blogging, and that there was this whole online world. So I started a blog, and while doing the blog, I'm like, I want to sell something with this blog, so I decided to do direct sales. It has taught me a lot. Like, I spent a year doing direct sales, and that is really hard work. It's very uncomfortable work for me because I don't like to step out of my comfort zone. There's a whole lot of awkwardness, like approaching people, but I learned some amazing things. I learned how to treat people like people. I learned how to sell to, not at people. I learned how to take no's. I learned how to take no's and realize that it doesn't necessarily mean no, and it's not a personal thing to me. It's just like, nah, I don't really want that one, or I don't want that right now, or nah, not really. Okay, cool. Learning to take no as not being no to you personally can be a really hard thing to do. You get a lot of no's in direct sales, like a lot. And you have to cold pitch people left and right. There's just a lot. Plus, you know, there's a whole lot that, like, people are like, oh, direct sales, oh, look at her. Oh, like, there's just a lot of negative around it. So I had to face all of those things, like, over and over again. And they were so uncomfortable to face. But I knew that I needed the experience so that I could start my business. So that was one thing I did for the 2 years my mom went to school. The other thing that I did is I absolutely love to learn. If I could be a full-time student my entire life and get paid to be a full-time student, I would probably do it. I love to learn. Owning your own business is a huge learning experience. I have learned so much, and I love it. It keeps me motivated, it keeps me excited, like the whole works. Okay, so I decided with my blog, I started learning about what blogging is in this whole online world. While I'm doing that, I learned how to do social media. Doing that, I learned, like, email marketing, and I learned how to create funnels, and I learned how to properly cold pitch to people via email, via text message, via social media. I learned how to treat people like people. My customers are people. They're not just dollars. They're not just, they're people. They're coming to us because they want to build a relationship with us. They're not just another number, okay? So, like, that's, like, the biggest thing that I've learned, and it's really stuck with us. And I learned, like, funnels, automating things. Like, I've learned how to create sales funnels and automations, and a lot of stuff on the back end is automated for us. I learned a lot of that. Building landing pages, SEO, like, because when I had my blog, that's when I started, like, practicing SEO. When I had my direct sales, that's when I practiced pitching. That's when I practiced emails. I created a whole catalog. Each month, I would take my favorite pictures. It was a t-shirt direct sales business. I would take my favorite shirts and I would, like, create a catalog for people. So I was learning graphic design, which I'm terrible at. And then I would, like, create an email list, and I would capture people's emails, and then I would send them this monthly email with this catalog. Like, these are handpicked for you. Like, I just did a lot to prepare for my business. And one of those things happens to be, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm really rambling, so I'll kind of wrap it up. So one of the other things that I really did was lives. That's why I'm not nervous on lives. I've spent 2 years now, 2.5 years, literally going live every single week. It was very nerve-wracking at first and very uncomfortable at first, so if you're really scared about it, just do it. Like, I would have my sister come on every single live I did, and I literally just pretend like I'm talking to her. I pretend like I'm looking at her and make my jokes are for her 99% of the time. Literally, anything I'm saying, it's like I'm just telling my sister. My sister's one of my best friends, so it's really easy for me to talk to her. So, get somebody who you're really, really comfortable with. Get them on the live so you don't feel alone, because it's really weird to talk one-sided at first. And then just pretend like you're talking to them. That's the best way to do your life. Just pretend. I mean, because a lot of times it's not like there's tons of people on your live in the moment, so you don't have to get too anxious about it. But if you just remember that person is there listening, then it's so much easier to do. And I've done some really crazy things on lives. Like, I've danced on lives. I haven't sang, so whatever, because I am terrible at singing. I probably did sing once, and I hate singing in front of people, so there's that. Like, I've done a lot of crazy things on lives, and it's just because I just pretend like my sister's there watching me, laughing at me. So anyway, so that is what I did in a nutshell. I spent 2 years learning about blogging, learning about online businesses, learning about email marketing, learning about social media marketing, learning about selling, building email lists, building followers, building customers, analytics. Oh my goodness. I've done lots of research on analytics. That's kind of epic. I love analytics. And then when my mom was like, all right, I'm done with school, let's do this. I was like, all right, I got all the business stuff ready. I'm ready, let's do this. And then we just hit the ground running. So we did do 2 years of prep work to launch our business. And it was because my husband's like, well, you don't know anything about running a business. And I was like, well, I guess right. So I learned it, and then I started my business. So that is how I got here. That is a lot of information. It's just that I've had so many people tell my mom, like, oh my gosh, your daughter, she is so awesome. Like, we love watching her lives, and she's so outgoing, and she must have a marketing degree, and she must be so outgoing and an outgoing person. And I'm not. So if you are not an outgoing person, you can still do this. I promise. If you're not in marketing, you can still learn to do this. It really is something that you can learn to do. So with that said, if you guys are watching me live, then you should be following us and liking us on Facebook. We are at Perfectly Pastry Bakery on Facebook. It is the only one that we are at Perfectly Pastry Bakery. Yes, I have learned a lot through this process. Okay, again, I didn't have business experience. Everybody else, all our other social media is at Perfectly Pastry. They are not the same. There you go. Yeah, I know. It happens. Thank you guys. I am live every Wednesday, and I talk to you guys about business. I talk to you about baking. I talk to you about, whatever it is that pops in my head. I mean, like I said, I sang and danced before. I just get on here and talk to you guys because I love connecting with you guys. I love sharing information. I love learning information, and then I love sharing information. It's just my thing. So I'm here every Wednesday. And then we also have a YouTube channel and a podcast and our blog. I blog too. So this week I was going to tell you how I repurpose content and how you can be a repurposing content queen or machine. I hadn't really figured that one out in my head, but whatever it was going to be. That was going to be what I talked about. And then I was like, well, maybe I should just address people and let them know how I got started. Especially because if only one person hears my story and goes, well, I've always been scared to do it, but she's talking about how she went out and she did it. Okay, I can do it. Then this whole live that I did was worth it because I just want people to know, you don't have to be the most outgoing person to do this. I promise you can really do this. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I will talk to you guys next week. I hope to see some of you guys out this weekend when we roll out the German chocolate cupcakes and our lemon drop cupcakes. And make sure that you stop by for that keto cheesecake. Not Cheeto, keto cheesecake. All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you so much.